Why did Jesus say, my God, why have you forsaken me?" When Jesus hung on the cross in his final moments, he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Those words, recorded in Matthew 27:46 and Mark 15:34, sound like despair. But what if Jesus was doing more than expressing pain? What if he was pointing us to something ancient and prophetic? That cry from the cross isn't random. It's actually the first line of Psalm 22, written by King David about 1,000 years earlier. In Jewish culture, quoting the first verse of a psalm was a way to call attention to the whole psalm, like naming a song by its opening lyric. So when Jesus said, my God, why have you forsaken me?" he was directing his listeners, and us, to Psalm 22 in its entirety. Listen to what David wrote centuries before Jesus was born. "They pierce my hands and my feet," Psalm 22:16. "They divide my garments among them and cast lots for my clothing," Psalm 22:18. Those exact details happened at the crucifixion. So in his darkest hour, Jesus wasn't just crying out. He was revealing that Scripture was being fulfilled right before their eyes. Every detail of Psalm 22 pointed to him, the suffering servant, the righteous one mocked, pierced and rejected, all according to God's plan. But here's the part we often miss. Psalm 22 doesn't end in despair. By verse 24, the psalmist proclaims, "He has not despised or scorned the suffering of the afflicted one. He has not hidden his face from him, but has listened to his cry for help." It moves from pain to praise, from suffering to victory. And that's exactly what happened with Jesus. He endured the cross and then rose again in triumph. Even in his agony, Jesus was declaring that God's plan was still in motion and that deliverance was coming. So when Jesus said, my God, why have you forsaken me?" he wasn't abandoned. He was fulfilling prophecy and pointing us to hope. Psalm 22 ends with these words, "They will proclaim his righteousness to a people yet unborn, for he has done it." Psalm 22:31. It is finished. Jesus has done it.